Today I'm going to tell you why it's worth to fail fast and fail often if you would like to succeed in a business. Stay with me. My name is Witold and I'm helping small medium enterprises to be more adaptable and responsive to the changing business environment. Let's talk about how to lose to win. Western culture is focused on success. The mass media highlight this message. In advertisement, TV, on the covers of magazines, we can see beautiful, smiling, healthy and happy people of success. They are everywhere. It's really easy to forget that this world is not real. It's artificially created. Even if the media are showing real cases of people who have succeeded, they usually don't show what is behind the success. No, I'm talking about hard work, number of items, the time-consuming process of building skills, and all these things which happen at the background to allow these people to get the success. The concept of failure and learning from it isn't a part of education system. Well, at least it wasn't when I was at school. Now I'm observing some positive changes here. Failure is seen as unpleasant event that occurs as a result of unpreparedness or some lack of ability in certain areas. Failure is not widely accepted in our culture. I think it's often seen as a weakness. But hey, can we be always right? Can we always succeed? I hope the answer is obvious for you. No, we cannot. What if we can include failure in the systemic and iterative research of business environment? Today I would like to talk about an approach known as fail fast, fail often, which is in my opinion probably the most misunderstood business concept amongst agile approaches. First of all, we need to make a distinction between a big failure and a failure. What is a big failure? Well, you are likely to see a big failure when the cost of failing are very, very high, or when failure is so serious it is difficult to deal with the consequences of it. For me, it could be a big investment in a product or service that nobody cares about, or it could be a bankruptcy of company. It could be an organizational breakdown, for example, if the most valuable people in a company leave. This is definitely not the kind of experience we want to have. And if the worst happens, there is nothing else but to treat it as a lesson, learn how to avoid similar situations in the future. Actually, it's very interesting how many entrepreneurs have gone through very serious trouble before they have achieved business success. A big failure is something we definitely want to avoid. It's not a desired outcome. What failures are we looking for then? How to fail to succeed then? I hope you agree with me that we are not able to be 100% right all the time. We might not be able to generate the final solution on the first attempt. In the beginning, we might not be able to understand the business environment or the customer segment as well as we need, especially if the world is fast changing and when our ability to use the past experiences is limited. All what we can do is avoid the failure, usually masking it with detailed plans. If this happens, we can see a failure as an unpleasant experience which should be abandoned as soon as possible and might be excused in some way. We can take it also as a part of learning process, embrace it as a means to learn and improve, and accept this as a necessary part of the process, a part of continuous learning. If we have an idea, we need to confront the assumptions of the idea with the reality as quickly as possible. We don't want to fall in love in our idea. There is an option that our assumptions were not right. And this is the kind of fail that we are talking about. The fail is when our assumptions about the idea are not right. If we realize early on that our assumptions are not true, fully or partially, we can improve our idea and then check our new assumption against reality again. It is quite possible that we will need to repeat this many times before our initial idea will fit the reality well, and we will have enough evidence to be quite sure that the idea will be successful. We need to build it as a base of evidence. We don't want to take the decision based on just an idea. If our idea is not good enough, we want to know it as quickly as possible. If something is going to fail, we want it to fail quickly. Only then we can evaluate it, learn from it and build a better version. We want to fail quickly. Again, it's not a goal. Sometimes the right solution cannot be simply found on the first attempt. If we want to learn quickly, we need to check our assumptions against the reality often. When a lot of little steps are taken, it's much easier to capture and learning quickly, and it helps to find an optimal path faster. And before we find it, some attempts will be not successful. It's a part of the process. It's not desired, but it's accepted. We want to fail often. The true aim of fail fast, fail often is to reduce the failure, especially the big failure. Have you developed fail fast, fail often in your business? Share your experience in a comment. There is need for a system. If you want to produce good evidence quickly, to be able to learn and make a good decision, you need to test your assumptions in a systematic way. If you test your assumption without the proper structure, you will fail happily again and again without the well-structured outcome. Well, now I hope I can wish you all fail successfully. If you like my videos, press thumb up and comment now. If you don't like it, press thumb down and, well, please don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned.